Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. Looper Norris here. I got a new topic to talk about. Like I was saying before, I'm gonna use Sunday's uploads for a segment where I take the most popular topic buzzing around the internet or the real world or just any kind of situation that got the whole world talking, people taking sides, maybe like an argument or a debate, and I break down that topic in my own point of view, talk about the situation. And I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about this whole Caitlin Clark situation. It's a little bit to do with Caitlin Clark, her journey to the league, how popular she's making the league with her presence in it, how she's representing not just the WNBA but basketball in general, how she's getting more and more people to watch the WNBA. They're making more money, they're becoming a bigger league because of this. It's almost like she's that new, like, you know, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson entering the league and making the league more money. And I'm also gonna give you my top 5, including honorable mentions in terms of who's the greatest rookie of all time. WNBA, NBA, who's the greatest rookie of all time? Because there's been discussions about Caitlin Clark being that. If you guys haven't been paying attention to the WNBA, I'd be surprised if you haven't, because this girl's been lighting up the league. I think before, the NBA was getting way more views and viewership compared to the WNBA. You could even look at the contracts. There's always been like a huge dispute between the NBA and the WNBA. A lot of questions on why nobody really watches the WNBA. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. A lot of you guys watching this know exactly what I mean when I say that. I mean, the NBA has dominated in terms of viewership ever since it even started. And I mean, it's supposed to be like that because they started their league like 30 years ago or something like that. It's still pretty new. I think they started in like the 90s or the 80s. I think it was the 90s when it first started. The NBA's been around for like 80, 70 years, so there's no surprise by that. The WNBA is on their way to maybe not matching what the NBA is doing. I think it's going to take a while for that to happen, but they're on the rise in terms of viewership and how much money the WNBA is making. And Caitlin Clark is the face of that. A little bit of Caitlin Clark and a little bit of Angel Reese. You could even put Aja in that mix too. She's been like the LeBron James of the WNBA for a long time. This new draft class of girls taking over the WNBA is a big reason why there's a little bit of a rise in terms of popularity and viewership. Caitlin Clark, before she got into the league, she was destroying college. She might be the greatest college player of all time, women or men's, just because of all the records she broke for her school, her statistics, the most points in college history. So that's including men and women, which is pretty crazy that she has that record. She's been a superstar player ever since her like high school days, been a big time prospect. A lot of people talking about her ever since she was in high school, getting into college, spent all 4 years in college. Long list of accolades and records being broken. It's no surprise that she ended up being a #1 pick this year. She is definitely making the team that drafted her a lot better. They're about to make the playoffs, I think, for the first time in like 5 or 6 years. That's pretty crazy. A triple-double artist. She gets her points off of her shooting. So it's kind of like Steph Curry and Westbrook put together. Like, she'll get the rebounds and the assists. She uses her shooting to get most of her points, like Steph Curry. She got to a point in college that she was so dominant that she started to like taunt defenders guarding her with like the whole "you can't see me" thing. I think that's from John Cena, the wrestler. That would take a lot of players off because of her doing that. But I mean, if you can't guard the girl, then you got to hit the lab, because that's like in the NBA, man. It doesn't really matter if people talk smack. A lot of the times players will do that to get into the other player's head and try to like weaken them mentally so that it kind of messes up their game. That's like a skill within itself that a lot of players would use. So it's up to other players to be mentally tougher, not let the smack talk get into their head, and just be a better player, try to win the game. But I mean, they can't do nothing about Caitlin Clark. This is why she was the #1 pick, the most points in college history. All of these like accolades, like you're gonna start doing stuff like that. Another big story about this Caitlin Clark girl, this player here. As soon as she got into the pros, just like I was saying, the whole "you can't see me" thing, a lot of those antics that she would use while she was in college. I don't know if it's maybe it's a rookie thing, like they do this to any rookie that joins the league, but it really does seem like she's the targeted player in the league, and any team that she faces will like bump her. They'll like hit her with like a shoulder, give her like an elbow, like shove her down. Whenever they go up to block her, they'll maybe purposely try to foul her, give her like a flagrant foul, and like a lot of that is going on right now while Caitlin's playing in the league. And maybe the players are a little jealous that she's this young and she's a rookie. She has all of these records broken. She's the #1 pick. She got that Nike shoe deal that's worth like millions of dollars. That doesn't happen very often with female players in the WNBA. They're not getting that much like attention in terms of like endorsements and fame and money. So that could be it. Maybe they do this to every rookie, but I think it's option A. It's because of jealousy. She's getting all of this attention, and she deserves it though. She has the skill to back it up. So it's not like she's some bum and she's getting all of this like fame and money and everyone's just, you know, like she could actually back it up with her game. So maybe players will start to ease up on all of this like bumping and hitting as she gets better, as she like matures in the league, and they realize that she can bring a lot more attention to the league by just getting all these triple doubles and scoring 40 plus in a game. People will recognize what she really means to the league, and all of that is gonna like fade off. Plus, you don't really want to get a player that's this good mad, right? Whenever Caitlin Clark gets mad, it's not like her game's off. She's one of those players that takes the smack talk, all that negativity towards her way, and transforms it into playing better. She'll actually score more points. It's kind of like Michael Jordan in a sense. Michael Jordan was the kind of player that will talk smack to you. If you talk smack to him, he's gonna go psycho mode and drop 50, drop 40 points on your team, have no conscience doing it. Caitlin Clark kind of reminds me of the same mentality. That's pretty cool. And she's just a rookie, so what's gonna happen in the next 4 years? Like, she can definitely become the greatest player of all time in the WNBA, maybe in basketball history, who knows, right? With her recent success, cracking all these records, like the most points in a game for a rookie of the year, I think it's gonna go to her. A lot of people were thinking Angel Reese had a possible chance at winning that award, but I think with Angel Reese, she purposely misses her shots to grab more offensive rebounds. She's been cracking a lot of records when it comes to rebounding. She's not the best shooter or offensive player. She's more of like a rebounder. There has been a lot of people saying how she has like a weird game style where she'll like miss on purpose, even if it's a point blank layup, just to stack up the rebounds on her stat sheet, which is something that I've seen like other players do even in the NBA, stack up the stat sheet and crack records. I think Angel Reese might be doing the same thing because she's a inside the paint player, and her field goal percentage kind of shows that she might be purposely missing her shots. She definitely could be purposely missing her shots just to pad up her stats, which is kind of whack to do, but I mean, it's working for her. So I think Caitlin Clark is going to win the Rookie of the Year. I don't think there's any competition for that. So after everything I just said, I definitely think Caitlin Clark has a chance to be the greatest basketball prospect of all time. And I'm talking in NBA or WNBA, just because of what she's doing. There's been a lot of talks that it's possible. I already think she's the greatest college player of all time. I don't know, but men's for sure, in women's college, the greatest college player of all time. Now in the WNBA, she still has a lot of time to grow and to prove herself. She's just a rookie. We're gonna have to see if she can be the greatest basketball prospect in history. I gathered up some data and I found my top 5 in terms of the greatest rookies of all time. You could even say this might be the greatest prospects of basketball history, but mainly the greatest rookies of all time. And I have some honorable mentions in there too. There has been a lot of great players. Caitlin Clark's the only WNBA player that I'm including in this list just because like what she's doing. Like, I don't think I remember any other WNBA player that comes close to what Caitlin Clark's doing. So it's really just Caitlin Clark, and everyone else on this list is NBA. So So I got Magic Johnson at number 1. I put Caitlin Clark at number 2. I'll explain after. Number 3, I got LeBron James. Number 4, I got Victor Wembanyama. Tim Duncan at number 5. Magic Johnson, Caitlin Clark, LeBron James, Victor Wembanyama, Tim Duncan at number 5. Honorable mentions, Derrick Rose, of course. I have to put Derrick Rose in that. Kevin Durant, Shaquille O'Neal, Allen Iverson, and Carmelo Anthony. There's been a lot of great prospects, and you guys are probably wondering why I'm missing Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was the 3rd pick. Even though he was a steal, he should have been a number 1 pick. He was the 3rd pick in the NBA draft, so I felt like that was a good enough reason to leave him out. There's other players with better rookie seasons than Michael Jordan I had to put over him. The list could have went on and on. There's been a lot of incredible rookie seasons in NBA history, so it was kind of difficult for me to like leave a lot of names out. I put Magic Johnson over Caitlin Clark just because Magic Johnson was a finals MVP in his rookie season. That's insane to me. That's why I think Magic Johnson's the greatest point guard of all time. I put him over Steph Curry. Steph Curry, he's kind of a shooter too, but Magic Johnson, greatest point guard of all time, greatest rookie prospect out of any player in history, for sure, because of that finals MVP as a rookie. Imagine winning the finals MVP and it's your first year in the league, bro. People can say the competition in the NBA wasn't as tough when Magic and like Larry Bird were in the league, but still pretty incredible. At the end of the day, it's still a professional league. These are the best players in the entire world. You know what I mean? Like, it's still a big thing. And, you know, it's Magic Johnson. Like, he ends up winning 5 titles after that. So, Caitlin Clark's going to go down as the greatest rookie in WNBA history. I'll definitely say that. But I can't put her name over Magic Johnson. Like, no matter how good she is, she can win a championship with Indiana Fever this year. I think I would still put Magic Johnson over Caitlin Clark. I mean, if she wins finals MVP with that championship, that might be a conversation. Well, we're gonna have to see about that, right? As of right now, Caitlin Clark's still young. She still has a little bit of room for improvement. She's just a rookie. The next 3 years, she can end up being the best player in the league. Right now, it's definitely A'ja Wilson. I believe that she's the greatest player in the WNBA at this moment. It's gonna be a while until Caitlin Clark takes that spot from her. She's on her way for sure. All these cheap fouls that she's getting around the league is only gonna make her more mad and probably make her play better because, like I said, she seems to be one of those players that if you get her mad, it's just gonna translate into her playing better. It's gonna be bad for the players hitting her because then their teams are gonna lose because of it. And as she gets older, the team's just gonna add more players to help her out. They're probably gonna add more pieces, especially if they don't win a championship this year. They'll probably make some trades to give her some pieces so that they can eventually win championships. Once they start getting into that rhythm, kind of like Las Vegas Aces, then I think she can for sure take that spot as the best player in the entire league and maybe the greatest WNBA player of all time. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. It's really cool to see a player like this join the WNBA because it's gonna bring more attention to the league. The last 30 years, the NBA has absolutely dominated the scene, not just in the basketball world, but in the sports world. I think with players like Caitlin Clark, there's gonna be more players in the future like Caitlin Clark that's gonna get drafted into the league and take over their team, bring more attention with like endorsements, just overall bring more attention to the league, bring the league more money. I think another player to mention is Juju Watkins on USC. She's on the rise too. She's been destroying college and she's pretty similar, not really similar to Caitlin Clark, but similar in a way where she's like a top end scorer that can average like 30 points a game, all around, can rebound, can pass the ball, not at the same rate as Caitlin Clark, but it can get there. At one point she can get better. She's for sure going to be the #1 pick for the WNBA next season. So look out for that name, Juju Watkins. I'm telling you, it's really cool to see this, man. I hope there's more players like Caitlin Clark, Juju, Angel Reese come up, bring more money to the WNBA. Great to see, man. As an NBA fan for a long time, it's really cool to see that. I like seeing businesses grow. It's cool to see a business start from nothing to like one of the biggest in the world. So that's another thing. That's all I gotta say about this one, man. But let me know what you guys think. If Caitlin Clark is the greatest prospect, if she's not, like, subscribe to the channel. Once again, I'm Looper Norris. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Seriously, man, it's helping me a whole lot just by the views. But, you know, If you can give your boy a like, that will help out a lot too. Check out the new song for September 14th, Abracadabra. The new mixtape, hashtag INDICA 15 tracks, set for October 4th. That's the official date for it. Plenty more music on the way afterwards. Just make sure you're subscribed. That's all I got, man. I'm out. Peace.